Oh, I gotta mute you. Hello. A little late, but we're here. Welcome in. Over the Cushion, episode 34 on May 28th, 2023. Appreciate everybody tuning in. What's going on, everybody? This show is brought to you by MCM Contracting, served in the Lehigh Valley for over 30 years, owned and operated by Mark Daniels. It's all about dirt track racing, or any type of racing, really. So, appreciate everybody being here. We're just covering news, current events, talking Hamlin racing, or any small track racing as well. So, appreciate everybody. Huge thanks to our other sponsors, Bodie Marks Racing, who's racing tonight at Glen Ridge. Good luck. The Shop Automotive Detailing, it's theshopdetails.com. Smith Fabrication, Stage 1 Modifieds, DH Graphics, ProTech Roofing, Nate Fried Racing, and our new sponsors, Route 6 Power Equipment and Old Forge Power Equipment. If you need a big old diesel engine, you know where to go. Go to Carbondale. So appreciate everybody for being here. If you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger or riptheliptv@gmail.com. We're live every Sunday on Facebook, and now we're back on YouTube, so that's kind of fun. So you can catch those there. So let me get Kyle back in here. We'll get started and just talk some racing. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
You're back.
I am back.
How was your trip?
My Google, my Alexa.
I was like, is that Alexa? Is that
Alexa?
Alexa?
You just did. It just welcomed me home. Well,
Hey, Alexa.
I don't know. I don't know how you just did that. That's pretty funny.
Pretty great.
I have headphones on. I'm really confused.
Somebody's
My trip
in your house.
my trip was pretty awesome. It was long. It was after a long couple weeks of working my regular job and working on race cars nonstop.
Wow.
So we drove down, and that's a pretty far drive down to North Wilkesboro. So, but
Dang.
it was definitely worth it. It was very badass to be there in person.
I bet it's a totally different vibe. And it's a short track, right? So you get to see most of how much of the track could you see?
So we'll do the whole rundown start to finish here.
Let's go.
For anybody who doesn't know Wilkes County, there's nothing. It's hills. It's just the sticks.
Yes, sir.
There are people who actually like live on the track property that built their houses once the track was abandoned, and they were just like out there selling their yards as parking spaces. I mean, they're right behind the grandstands. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude, they probably make some bank over the weekend.
It had like major Grandview vibes.
Really?
That's kind of what it felt like.
That's
Grandview's more of in a field North Wilkesboro is kind of like up on the side of a small highway and kind of buried in hills.
Sure.
Um, but it had the same vibe that I get from Grandview. Um, it was very weird. The NASCAR event people made us pay like $50 or $100 for parking to go park in fields that weren't terribly close. So it was kind of a weird setup because the people across the street were like selling their houses to park at for like $20. So I don't know.
Good for them, man.
The whole parking deal was kind of whacked
I
out
hope they made
because
some money.
NASCAR made it sound like you had to buy their parking.
Well, obviously they want some of that.
So we were actually like a
cheddar.
mile and a half down the road from the track. And they had to like shuttle us back and forth. But honestly, there was no traffic really anytime. No problem leaving. Everything went super smooth. I was really impressed.
That's exciting.
The event and everything itself, there was like so many places selling food. The merchandise haulers, the way they were set up was so cool because it was basically just like one single road that they were parked on and had all the haulers lined up. Tons of throwback merch. I grabbed myself a Rainbow Warrior throwback hat and jacket. That's pretty badass. So now I can go as Rodney Sandstorm for Halloween, if you know who that is.
I can't say that I do, but
That
fill
is
me in.
that's a different note. That's Jordan Taylor is a sports car driver, and he has a alter ego named Rodney Sandstorm that wears pit vipers, a flat brim hat, cut off shorts, and cut off jean shorts, and a Rainbow Warrior throwback.
So he's like
jacket.
a Ronnie. He's like the Ronnie Mac
Yeah,
of race cars.
Jordan's a character, like super good sports car driver, but an absolute comedian. And he like has, if you just look up Rodney Sandstorm, like it's his alter ego, and he'll go to NASCAR races and sign autographs as Rodney Sandstorm. Anyway,
He'll just
they had Tim Duggar and Dirk Bentley concert going on, which was
Nice.
pretty packed. That was really cool to see. The facility, they like repaved everything, had to run new electrical, like renovated a bunch of buildings and everything.
really.
There's just so much going on. I accidentally walked into what's the guy's name that does the tweet up? I can't remember who it is. One of the media guys. I accidentally became part of his tweet up, wandering around. And but the track, it's just so cool to be there in person. The way they had everything set up. Chase Briscoe was on a golf cart and almost ran me over because I wasn't paying attention.
Be like breaks me in the dirt.
I felt like I was walking in the middle of a driveway, and I was like looking around really confused as to why everybody else was behind cattle fencing. And then I looked up, and Chase Briscoe was mowing me down on a golf cart.
Be like, come race a 600, man.
Yeah, right.
That'd be sick.
But anyway, so our seats, we were in the middle of the backstretch. You could see pretty much everything. You could not see right in front of you. It was just like the way everything was set up, because it's almost like temporary grandstands on the backstretch where they added them on. It's all kind of sketch. It's like popped together scaffolding.
Yeah.
Not as sketchy as the spotter stand. That looked like a disaster, and I would not have been. I would have gone home. You could not have paid me to climb up on the spotter stand. That was legitimately just scaffolding and a ladder. So you could see a lot from our seats. We watched the Open from there, which was fun. For the actual All-Star race, you could stand about 3 feet away from the fence in turns 3 and 4. And so me and my friend, about 20 minutes before the race, just planted ourselves right there and didn't let anybody push us out of the way. And we stood there for about 175 laps because we left with 25 to go because we're lame like that.
Dude, that's the best. That's the best time to go. Cause like the what is it called? The production of it, like you can see so much more in the production. Like going to like Pocono and stuff is cool experience, but it's like really hard to see everything. You can't see half the track.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like once we were driving home, I was watching on my phone. I was like, "This is amazing. I get to see everything."
This was like, man, the racing wasn't the best, but when we stood there, like almost up on the fence, like you would at your weekly dirt track, and watched the entire race from there,
Yeah.
it was badass. I mean, we were right off of 4, and what I watched 2 laps of like the first cars hit the track when we got there Sunday, and I leaned over to my friend and I'm like, dude, the track surface is old and worn out, but the apron is concrete on one end and fresh pavement on the other. I would be running that apron.
Dude, that's what
And
Kyle Larson was doing. He was
I'm like thinking
pounding
in my
that coming out of
head,
4.
yeah, I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, man, these guys look like they're kind of losing it in the center. If you were to just drop the left sides on the apron, it would de-wedge the car. You would rotate really good, and then you'd be able to get pointed straight off, and you'd probably get so much better grip, like on the apron. And then Larson went to the back, and I saw him start dropping like the left sides onto the apron, and I'm like,
He's
oh,
doing
damn,
it.
He's gonna do it.
He's gonna
And then
do
like
it.
a couple laps later, I don't know that it did justice on TV how low he was. That
Dude, the
apron was
in-car,
barely a card
huge.
width wide, and he had all 4 tires on there. And one of the cool things was being right there. I don't think they were doing it as much in 1 and 2 because it was a little bit of a violent transition from what I could see.
Sure.
But the 3 and 4, he started dropping down onto the apron, and I saw Kyle Busch do it, and he got out of control loose. I saw Chris Bell do it and get out of control loose. Hamlin did it. Logano did it, and I'm just standing there, and it's something you can't see on TV. And just being there off of 4, watching Larson hit it perfectly every single lap and just pass all these guys like it was nothing, and watching everybody else
Crazy.
trying to do what he was doing. The only person at the end that really started figuring it out was Briscoe. Another thing
dirt
that's
guy.
cool. Yeah, another thing that's cool is watching. You can see like the brake glow and everything like that. And I
Oh,
was
really?
really
That's
interested in.
cool.
Briscoe was the only guy that was cooking his brakes. Everybody else's brakes were like cool and everything. Briscoe would come around and his rotors were starting to glow red, even coming like off the corner, they were still glowing. So I don't know what he was doing, if he was just driving it in that hard to try and make up time, but I mean, it was just cool. And the suites the suites are so low to the ground. Like we were walking past and I just looked up and see Dale Jr. standing there. I turned around at one point and Ray Everham walked past me.
Oh my gosh.
And it had that like it just had it still had that short track feel about it.
I like that
all the
everyone's
food,
together. Yeah.
all the food and concessions was like they towed in fair trucks. Like if you went to a fair, it was all those with like the marquee lights and whatnot, that kind of thing. A lot of little pop-up tents selling like stuff that people made. It was really cool. And they had like walkways under the grandstands that were not big enough for the amount of people that were there, and it was like being stuck in rush hour traffic.
Sure.
It took me probably an hour and 10 minutes to walk around the entire track on just the like the outside around the stands. That was pretty rough. But it was just
That's so cool.
the racing wasn't terribly fun to watch, but it was such a badass track and badass experience. Like
Yeah.
everybody was so close together. You could just feel the energy of the place. Everything went so smooth. The food was good. It wasn't super, super expensive. You could get like a decent meal for a reasonable price. The concert was amazing. The merch haulers and everything was amazing. Honestly, it was like a 10 out of 10 experience if the racing was a little better.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you had a good time. I mean, besides the racing kind of being boring, besides Kyle Larson's drive to the front, I mean, that's kind of like the gist of what everybody is saying. Like
Yeah.
everybody. So I guess it is what it is, but I had fun watching. Like, I mean, I didn't sit down and watch the whole thing. I never watched full NASCAR races. I just watched like clips and stuff, you know. I don't have
Yeah.
cable either, so sometimes it's hard to watch them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was cool to be there. I think I would have been bored out of my mind if I watched it on TV.
That's probably everybody's deal. Like all the people that complaining are the people that were not there, besides Dale Jr.
I am going to the Chicago Street Course in a couple weeks, so I'm hoping for that to also be interesting.
That's exciting.
I have no idea where we're sitting. My friend bought my tickets. He buys the tickets and then tells me after he bought them that he bought them and just hopes that I can go, and then I have to coordinate the travel. the travel and the accommodations. So he just buys tickets and then tells me to book a hotel and a flight. So
Love it, dude. Love it. That's the
yeah.
way to do it.
So I'm excited for the Chicago street course. I think that'll be cool. That's like opposite end of the spectrum from being in North Wilkesboro, though.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna. That's gonna be. I don't know. It's super weird because the track configuration's a bit awkward.
Two rectangles stuck together.
Exactly. It's just a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know what they're thinking there, but whatever.
I guess
we'll,
it is
We'll
what
see
it
how it
is.
runs.
Yeah. So that was a really cool experience for you.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, any other big racing that you saw this week in particular that kind of stands out?
Big racing.
Because
I did not go down for any of the sprint car races that were happening. I know.
Were you just working on race cars all week? Is that normal?
I raced Wednesday. We
Indeed.
we were at Action
shit
Track.
time, huh?
I've been having a shit season so far.
Yeah.
I haven't started a feature yet this season, Ron. That's very unlike me. But
Maybe sell the 600. Get a couple of slingshots, man.
No, I'm good. Yeah, we debuted the Speedster at Action Track. Rolled out it was no practice, time hot laps, rolled out. Timing was off on the engine, car didn't run. Came in, started raining, so we had some people down there working on it. They got that fixed. I made some changes on the micro and ran like shit in the dash and the heat race and put myself in a C main another time, which I really hate. I'm starting to hate C mains. Got back out for the heat race in the Speedster, was actually running, and it was fast. Little bit of a learning experience, but I felt like the car was really easy to drive. It was a lot of fun, and we were running 5th of 7 there. And the motor decided to lay down. So that
like just dead? Is it dead?
Yeah, brand new motor, and it to me it sounded like it spun a rod bearing with like one to go.
That's, I mean, at least it's not yours, but like that sucks for the.
Yeah, we rolled that back to the Speedway Entertainment trailer at the end of the night and said, "Here, you broke it, you fix it."
Yeah, like this is a brand new engine. Like, what's the deal?
Yeah. Yeah, so that kind of sucked. And then in the C main, we were battling with former guest Zach Weisenflew. We were like 3 wide battling for the transfer spot in the C main, and he ended up edging me out. But we got some cool photos. That was
nice.
Come the C main, that was the best that micro has ever felt for me.
Well, that means you're improving. Maybe not leaps and bounds, but
yeah,
baby steps. You know, baby steps.
We basically went out there and I just stuck it straight to the cushion right around the fence, and toward the end of the C main, I mean, it was like no lift on the cushion. The car, I've been struggling a lot with getting feel out of the rear of the car, where I just, as a driver, I can't feel when I'm starting to spin, when I'm starting to over rotate, and I finally felt like the car was like super gripped up and I could really feel what it was doing, and I was more in control. So I was super happy about that. And then in Faith's feature with the slingshot, got banged around a little bit and ended up bending a rear axle in that car. So she graduates high school this week, so she is off. So I am going to pull double duty in the slingshot and the micro. So I was hoping that we'd have a Speedster and I'd pull triple duty.
Dang, that would have been something.
That would have been. Yeah,
that's like cool. That's like the only divisions they run there, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They've been having juniors there. I don't know who's racing. Man, even just running the Speedster and the micro, I wasn't even taking my helmet off. I'd pull one car in, holler at somebody to make a couple air pressure adjustments, and then I'd hop in the Speedster and go.
Dang, man, that's something.
Yeah, it's fun though.
I can't even drive one. You're trying to drive 3.
And honestly, like mentally, it felt like that was the best I felt. I was expecting to be to feel physically and mentally exhausted, but I think there's something to say about the guys like Pouch Jr. and Buckwalter and Danner that are winning these races and jumping from car to car like that. And I think it's when you're doing that, you just don't have time to think about it. You just go out there and race.
Yeah. No, people don't really realize they're like, oh, they're just good drivers. You know what I mean? Like they're just gonna drive the same in each one. It's like no, they're really extraordinarily talented, and they can. And it's not everyone can do that. I know that they're already individually good racers and like modifieds or whatever, but like bouncing between them in one night is something else.
It's definitely different, but I still think just spending, I don't have that downtime between cars to kind of get distracted or worry about stuff too much. Excuse me. I just kind of jumped from one car to the next. And I honestly just felt like all I was focused on was making them go fast, and that's all I had time to worry about. And I'm looking forward to getting the Speedster back together and getting out there and turning more laps.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. All right, so Hamlin got their whole show in this week. It was a perfect day. I mean, 70s, hot, dry, no clouds in sight. It was great. Just gonna go over some of the feature winners here because
Do we have the makeup features this week?
we had the All-Star and the Junior Slingshot makeups this week right before heats, and then next week we're gonna have rookie and regular 600s.
Okay.
So that's exciting. Let me pull up my race pass. There is some excitement in the Junior Slingshots. I'm gonna put a quotation mark around excitement. All right, I can't even see their heats. Oh, maybe that was a different one. Yeah, they did it weird. Oh no, that's the thing. Okay, so in the juniors, so let's see, in the makeup feature. Now these are all posted on Rip the Lip on the Facebook page if you want to watch them. Makeup feature, Mears wasn't there, so they had to move everybody up one spot. Braden Traver, he led most of the race and then got nudged out of the way a little bit. Not too bad. But Trevor Houghton took the lead and then didn't look back, and that was his second win in a row, so that was going to be a bounty for him going into the next race, which I'm changing. I know it's I sound like an idiot, but I got to change the text on that. It's got to be 3 wins. 2 wins in a row just seems a little too easy, and I'm going to lose all my money. I'm going to honor Lydia's, the one for the All-Star Slingshots, which did not happen this week because she broke down. That's going to lay over. She has to finish the race or enter in it. Anyway, yeah, it has to be 3 races. It's I don't know why I did 2, but it's going to be 3 now. I'll make a post on that this week. But anyway, the All-Star feature, the makeup one, pretty boring. So Randy waters the track and runs it in, and then the All-Stars go out there, and then, like turn 1, everyone's sliding all over the place. It was funny.
Love that.
What is his name? Dylan Hahn took off, didn't look back, won the whole thing, easy peasy. So let's get into the regular stuff. So the Junior Slingshots ran. There's only 7 cars. Trevor Houghton was the hard charger, went from 6th to 2nd. The caveat to that is, and I have the video, but coming to 1 to go, he's about a half a car length behind the next person. Are you watching? I can pull it up real quick. We can kind of discuss this because it was a little bit of a controversial topic on if it was of how it kind of played out, unfortunately. And then there was again an argument in the pits with the parents and a lot of shouting and not too good. And it was for second. It wasn't even for the win. So let me pull this up real quick just to talk about it just for 2 seconds. Is it? Yes, sir. All right. Oh yeah, and I just posted a GoPro video for Griffin Hendershot, so that's pretty fun. All right, there's the All-Stars. Where's my juniors? Where is it? All right. Make it big.
Green flag is down. The junior swing
So,
activated. Rexton Devac gonna get the double outside. They're 3 wide for second.
James Benz has been doing phenomenal, by the way, in the booth. Super good energy, very clear, well talked, well spoken, all that fun stuff. So I'll turn this down. Let's zoom up here. So 68 led pretty much 3/4 of the way. Was getting tighter and tighter every single lap, and then the Z car Tittle, he was able to pass him. So this is the. Let me see. Is this the part? Yeah. So I think this is it. All right. So there's the blue car. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching the live stream.
Very good. Okay. So there's Trevor Houghton in 10. Brayden Travers getting a run on him. There's Braxton, and there is Christopher Tittle. So I believe this is like a green-white checkers. So Trevor just. Oh no, this is not the part. Let's keep moving up. I think there's another caution here. This is toward the end, I think. Let's see. Okay, I think this is the last restart. I hope. Turn this on a little bit.
As they go into turn number 3. Houghton goes underneath the 68 at Dembeck. They're both gonna go flying.
Okay, there it was. Let's back it up a little bit. Just a little bit. So they're all pretty spread out, and I mean they've been running this running order the whole time. This is coming to the white flag. It's a green-white checkered. Coming down, the back straight, like they're pretty well spread out in slingshot terms. You know what I mean? Like you got about a half a car in front of them. Does that look correct to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Trevor just like holds it wide open
Yeah.
and just uses them as like a makeshift cushion. Which nobody spun out. There's no caution. It might have been a dirty move, but again, it didn't spin him out. It didn't cause a caution. It didn't put him in the wall. He's still running second to third. The issue was that they kind of beat and bang on the back here just because they're a little frustrated. I think.
Was that the checkered right there? Or?
No, that was the white flag. So we're coming to the checkered right now.
Well, I mean.
So then everyone's yelling, everyone's fighting. I mean, I showed my dad this, and he's
the green car came back at him, had his shot. He gave him a shot. It's coming back to the white. I mean, was it an aggressive move? Yes. Did the guy that he moved out of the way swing back at him? Yes. So as far as I'm concerned, the way I see it, they're coming off the track even. They both got a shot at each other.
I think the issue in my eyes was that like the whole race he just kind of I guess he didn't lay back. It was just kind of like he didn't want to make too aggressive of a move the whole time, and then at the end he's just like it's my last chance to get second place, and it's just second place. You know what I mean? It's not like you're doing it for the lead. I don't know. It was just tough because he's been a bit aggressive this year, but he's had some really good results, and he's been really fast. Honestly, I think Braxton should have just diamond him there and then not got together with him if he could help it. And then also that part right there, him hitting him right in the bumper right there, if he just did not hone in and focus on his bumper, he probably would have finished third, I think.
Yeah, I mean here's
and again these are young. Okay, go ahead.
It is young kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think the move was aggressive, but like you said, he got in there, he hit him side by side square. Did he dive bomb? Yeah, definitely. But it's also coming back to the white. It's the end of the race.
Yeah, it
doesn't make it any better. I mean, not necessarily. It was a decent hit. It wasn't super hard. He didn't wreck him. He gave him room. He didn't run him clean to the wall. He gave him room down the straightaway. They raced side by side.
Yeah.
But they get back to that same corner, and now the other driver retaliates and goes straight at his left rear to hook him in the left rear.
Mm-hmm.
If he had gone in there, hit him square in the rear bumper, or if he had gone in there and doored him back up the track the same way, I feel like that would have been a little bit better. But taking your front bumper and putting it into somebody's left rear wheel
Yeah,
is
that's a tough
is
one.
asking for trouble. You know, I kind of have a little bit of an issue with retaliating in that sense, because that's like taking a swing and, you know, really trying to wreck somebody. I don't think Houghton was trying to wreck him. He was racing
No.
hard and he rubbed him up the track.
Yeah,
Now,
mhm, good.
what's the other kid's name?
Braxton Dembeck.
Braxton. I mean, I understand the frustration. Definitely been in a similar situation, but swinging back at somebody's left rear going into the last corner and clearly turning right into the corner, from what I could see, that's a little bit too much. I think he's more at fault for that. I think first one's a racing deal. Second one is blatant retaliation in kind of the wrong sense. So
Yeah,
I mean, if he just bombed it in there and doored him up the track and then raced him back to the line, that would have been, you know, heads up racing. But swinging at the left rear is kind of a cheap shot.
Yeah, it's tough because they're young, right? So they're, I think, a little more emotional and a little more quick to, I don't even want to say quick to anger, because there's plenty of adults that are just like, you like just scuff them a little bit and they're just like losing their minds. But yeah, I think Trevor was a little over aggressive. I mean, again, everyone wants everyone else to run them clean, right? And then when someone makes a super aggressive move like that, it kind of ruffles some feathers. You know what I mean? Obviously, it didn't wreck anybody, but it was just like, what's the point for second? Like, it's like you really drove it in there just to hit him, in my opinion. But again, he got the spot. He held tough. I think Braxton could have. I don't want to say retaliation. I think he was just trying to rough him up a little bit, just to stay with him. If he had the speed down the straightaway, he probably could have doored him. But I don't know. It's just a tough spot to be in for both drivers, because Trevor wants to do good and get the spots, and you know, he's in that position where he's young and he's learning when and where to be super aggressive. Because Braxton had this issue last year where he won a couple races by being like pretty over aggressive, and he, you know, got a little bit of a bad rap. No one really wants to race against him. Had, you know, issues closing out races because he was trying to get that next spot so bad he was either spinning himself out or hitting somebody. And then this year he's been super clean, trying to be, you know, trying to learn from that. And I don't know if everyone's just in a different spot. And they're junior slingshots. They're super young. They're, you know, they're not even teenagers. So it's a learning process, man.
With the first pass there, I mean, you got to give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Houghton went in there and it kind of looked like everybody was running a lane off the bottom. Maybe the bottom was all loose and he got in there. He tried to stick it in and drove in extra deep and you know, slid up into him a little bit.
Maybe he was hoping it would
sometimes
stick.
Sometimes you try to go in there and get to the bottom lane when everybody's running a lane off the bottom, and you're like, you hit it and you go, oh shit, and you lose the front end, and you slide up and hit them, and you hit them harder. I mean, even indoor, that kind of thing happens. I can think back a couple years ago at Syracuse, Jared Silphy got past me and I sailed it back into the next corner and I hit him so hard that I launched him to the outside wall. I hit him so hard that I knocked his visor open on his helmet. I got out of the car, I went straight over to him, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what I just did, but I did not mean to do that. You got past me, I went to cross you up, and I got under there and just sailed you to the moon. Like,
and John,
there's a little bit for the benefit of the doubt. I just have a little bit of an issue with the retaliation. But as far as fighting afterwards, I think, you know, one guy got hit, got upset, swung back at him, you know, had his opportunity, went for the left rear, missed. Nobody got wrecked. Everybody finished the race. 2 positions got swapped. As soon as you come off the track, it's washed. You're done. Yeah, now, if he had swung back and really wrecked Houghton, I think that would have been a bigger issue.
Yeah. I think the issue, the kids weren't really, you know, yelling at each other. You know, they were, you know, they were just like racing hard. I mean, they already have I don't think they liked each other too much to begin with, but the parents are the ones where they were like, they're yelling at each other, they're screaming, you know, they're threatening one another, and it's just it sucks because like that's kind of what the juniors have devolved into at some points. Not all the time. Usually, like all last year, the racing was so good, like last lap passes, lap cars were getting in the way of, like, you know, making it really interesting. Like, it was really great racing. And then sometimes some stuff happens and the parents just go at each other and it sucks. And John Martinsky's in the chat. He said the way I see it, race how you want to be raced. So if Trevor wants to race like that, same with Braxton, then expect, you know, not to give an inch or maybe rough you up a little bit. He says parents have a huge part in how they race. Most are way too hard on these kids. Makes me sick. It's supposed to be fun things to do. That's also true. Some parents are very hard on their kids, and other, you know, they're like, do well, and then the kid's like, I have to get this next spot. I need to do really well. I need, you know what I mean? Even if it's not for the win, they're like, I gotta get this spot, even if it's like, if I'm ruffling some feathers or messing with some people. So it's like, it's tough, man. I can't imagine, because the kids have a mind of their own too, right? It's like the parents can tell them anything they want, but once they're out in the track, it's not the parents driving, it's the kids.
The problem is these kids are all out here watching Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think racing in general has gotten more aggressive over the last bunch of years.
It has. Oh my gosh.
In every level, and I don't necessarily know what that comes down to, other than there's more of a sense of urgency at every level of racing anymore. That just
they feel
you
like
gotta kind of win at all costs. And I wish there's definitely points in my career where I've given up wins, and I would love to go back and just be, you know, 10-20% more aggressive than I was, and, you know, lean on the guy a little bit, rub him a little bit more. So move somebody.
They feel like they need to win now, because it's gonna make something happen in the future. Like, I don't know, just there's a sense of urgency when there's like nothing to be urgent about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you're at a lower level. You're should be having fun, doing it with your family, learning about these cars and how to, you know, work on them and learn how to drive them and stuff, and not be so caught up in all this other crap. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough.
It is tough, man.
If anymore, if a kid wants to make it to a higher level, I mean, there's 20-year-olds at the top level of motorsport in every place, whether it's Formula One, Indy, NASCAR. So if you're not making something happen, like, and it's a lot of money, and if you think you have the talent and you're not making moves and winning every single race you're out there and racing every race like it's going to be your last, then you're not getting noticed. So it puts a lot of pressure on younger kids to go out there. And if they see that the same way that I do, it's just like, go out there and win every race, win every championship. I mean, if it comes down to the end of the season and those points right there, what is it, 5 points maybe for that position swap? Like,
I've
come to races where, you know, could have won a championship over 5 points or something like that.
Yeah,
so you got to take them where you get them.
You make a good point, and that's why I like having you on here, because you have the racing mindset where I kind of just have the spectator mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have not raced as much as any of these people that we're talking about, so I can't really tell you. Yeah. And I've never been up, you know, in a contention for winning, so it's like the mindset's not there. So I appreciate that.
I think if it was the beginning of the race, I'd be more pissed off about it. It's coming back to the white flag. Man. We're
hammering it.
What do they say? When you see the white flag in the air, the gloves are off.
True story.
So when
the
pay window opens, the gloves are off.
Yep, the tower's open, giving out some money.
Yeah, so I think that was a fair move. I don't like the retaliation from somebody.
Gotcha.
But I get it. I understand it. I've been on both ends of it. So could have been a mistake on the original move, being a little bit more aggressive than they asked for.
Yeah.
But I think the retaliation is unnecessary, and I think you sit both of them down and have a conversation. And
yeah, like with that issue, like, I'm just trying to think about it if I was a promoter or ran a track, because that's my dream. You know, that's what I want. I would love to do that. I know it sounds crazy because of how stressful and ridiculous that that job is, and but not really handling it like NASCAR, but being like, all right, both the drivers and both the parents, you know, come to the tower, and we'll just like talk, like anything to be as civil as possible. I know that there's going to be tempers flared and emotions are high, but like, if we can like allow the winning team to just enjoy their win besides people yelling next to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And flooding the
mean-
pits. If we can like alleviate that and just kind of just talk it out a little bit. I know it's like that's kind of crazy talk, but
I mean, see,
I
I'm
don't
a
know.
big fan of self-policing, right? Don't need to get involved with it. Let it police itself.
gotcha.
The problem is when you get all the parents involved and the parents are screaming and yelling and all this stuff,
Yeah,
and the two
because-
drivers aren't even talking. They
Yeah, the
aren't
drivers
even there.
aren't. Yeah, the drivers
Yeah.
didn't converse at all, and if
I
usually they wait a week and then they're just like, "Hey, sorry, man."
if something happens and somebody on my crew goes to fight another driver or somebody else's crew, I'm
Yeah.
the first person screaming at my own crew to go sit in the trailer and I'll handle it my damn self.
Oh, I
Like,
know. I was.
I'm
was
big on
so-
that. Even with Faith racing for me, if somebody does something, like I'm there to back her up if she needs it, but I'm not getting in the middle of this.
Sure.
It's her, she's sitting inside that car and I'm watching from the outside.
Yes.
Like I don't care if I own the car. If there's a bigger problem that I got to handle, then yeah, I'll handle it. But
Mhm.
you know, it's a driver on driver thing. Let the drivers police each other. It's hard at a young age, but I think parents need to chill and take a step back and really look at themselves and how this is portraying them and their child and their whole race team, and maybe give the drivers at any age an opportunity to talk it out with each other, and let the drivers handle it, and it'll be a self-policing issue.
Gotcha. No, I totally agree, man.
And if there's any lingering, both drivers finish the damn race. If there's anything lingering into the coming weeks, like
Then
other than a rub here or there, like
Mhm.
that's
I don't think
ridiculous.
either team is coming back.
I mean, trust me. I'm not so innocent myself. There was definitely a certain driver that I got into a tangle with unintentionally, and I got disqualified for it. And the following week, they said if you two touch each other, you're both gonna get thrown out. And me being the cocky kid that I was, I went out in practice purposely right behind him and hung an inch off of his bumper the entire practice session, and just to prove a point. And I've never seen more people watch a single practice session in their lives.
You're like, I know what I'm about. I'm
I-
about
I-
this.
I had that was like we were under watch where we were both going to get thrown out of the track if we made contact again, and I went out there to just ruffle some feathers and did that in practice.
Oh
There
my
was
gosh.
another year later, there was another incident that the promoter was like, hell, I want to see you guys fight. And we went out there and raced each other super hard and
go.
super clean. It was a different driver that time that
Sure,
I ended
sure.
up becoming good friends with. But yeah, I mean, I've had incidents like that, but you know, I handled it driver on driver. I don't
Gotcha.
like parents being involved.
Yeah,
I also-
that's the tough part
be-
about the junior slingshots too. Is like
To be
they're-
very fair, I've been at Hamlin before,
Mhm.
and something's happened, and I've had parents come up screaming at me, and I have no idea who they're even
Who are
they
you,
are,
dude?
and I'm just like, why are you yelling at me? If
Who
there's
are
a
you?
problem, send your driver over here to yell
we
at
will
me.
talk
Like we,
civilized.
yeah,
Yeah, so that was the excitement for the night. All Star. So Christopher Tittle won. And Trevor won the previous week and the makeup, which were 2 in a row. So
Yep.
gave Chris $50. He earned it. Again, we're changing that to 3 wins. All Star feature. Who won the All Star feature? I forget. No, Andrew Turpin won. Andrew
yeah,
Turpin won.
Turpin, yep.
He ran super well. Shelby McLaughlin was there. Her car lost oil pressure or something, so she ran Turpin's backup car. She started dead last, was up to like 5th, and then Shalot ran into the back of somebody, and because somebody, I think it was Lydia, checked up. Garrett ran into her, and then Shelby ran into him, and it was just like super unfortunate turn events for both Garrett Shalot and Shelby McLaughlin, so that kind of stinks. But Turpin ended up doing really well, winning that. I think Tucker Jones got second, I believe. He's running the 55 this year for the whole season, so he's been doing really good. The car looks really fast. Excels, I think John Martinsky won. He's in the chat. Congratulations on your win. Rookies, Ryan Rochelle got his first 600 win. That was cool.
That's cool.
Regulars, Pat Beeler won. Just like every time he shows up, he's absolutely unstoppable. I mean, he Diamond 1 and 2 and got past Michael Nolf like he was standing still. It was pretty wild. I mean, he just took off. Stage 1's Colin Cox won, so he won on Wednesday at Shellhammers. He won at Snydersville on Friday, and he won at Hamlin on Saturday. So he swept the week. Good for you, buddy. He ran a great race too. He's super fast. I don't think I'm missing anybody. He did 2 600s, stage 1 Excel, 2 slingshots. Awesome. Sweet. Oh, I want to show you this. Here we go. Watch. Hold on. Let me make this smaller. All right. So I am.
Quick update to interrupt you real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Ryan Smith just won his heat race with
Woo!
All-Star Circuit of Champions.
Let's go. Let's go. Nice. So, backstory. This night I was, doing my infield shots, the turn 1 and 2 of basically everybody, and I was trying to sneak in some drone footage here and there.
Yeah.
I'm on my second battery. There's about 15 minutes left on it. I'm trying to get a shot at Griffin since I'm doing a promo video for him. So I get a little clip down the back straight, and it's beeping at me, but I'm like, I'm just going to push it a little bit farther. I don't really ever go around on the track too much unless I have like a full battery. I'm usually just in the infield, but this time I decided to do a little chasing video here, and then all of a sudden it just says we're landing right now. There's no X button. It's not lit up. Nothing. So if you can see, it just starts going down. Now these guys are on the track. You can see me in the left-hand side. You can see me start to run over because I'm like, oh my God. Then they turn the lights off because they're about to go green. I'm like, this thing's at the cone, the starting cone. I'm yelling. I'm running. I'm pointing. I run. I'm pointing at the corner flagger. Look how close the cars get. So I'm pointing to him. I'm like, there's something on the track. I'm yelling to him. He gets him to go yellow again. I zero thought process. I just run onto the track with live cars, and I stand next to the drone and I start pushing my hands out like how they tell people to run the top end or something. I'm doing that with my hands up, like move up. Like I am like less than a foot away from these slingshots that are under caution. I did not give a fuck, bro. I was out there like, don't run over my drone.
Oh no!
And no one got mad at me. It was great. I love Hamlin.
Petition to get Ron a radio so
I
he
need a
can
radio.
call the tower and
Go yellow.
Put it out, drone on the track.
Yeah, because they turn the lights off. I'm running as fast as I can. I'm pointing to the corner flagger. I'm like, there's something on the track. He radios to them to go yellow. I run directly on the track to stand next to my drone, and I'm like moving my arms. Like I don't care if you hit me, all-star slingshots. I don't care. Like Luth is on the front row. I forget who else is there. I think Griffin was in that heat too. Like just zero. I didn't process anything. I just ran on the track. It was like, you guys move out. Like I'm in control of this shit now.
That's so funny,
dude. I was like, oh my God. Meanwhile,
plays when Ricky Bobby's run into the finish line.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a while. But Doug Smith he was taking pictures next to me. So the corner flagger for 1 and 2 and Doug are like pissing their pants laughing at me. They are cracking up as I'm running over there to save my drone. They thought it was the funniest thing ever. Like, yes, now it's funny, but I was like, please. And I mean, you could see where it landed. It landed like literally right outside the. Look at there's the groove, right?
Yeah.
And it landed right outside the groove.
We belong.
Oh,
just the beginning to the song "We Belong" playing while you're sprinting through the infield.
I mean, like, gosh, dang! Like, look at that.
Hey, Ron, you can't park there.
You can't. Look at he's coming back down into the groove because I'm there, like, with my hands out.
Oh, God.
Like, look at how close Turpin is.
Can we spray paint the drone bright yellow or something?
I know. Maybe we should. I'll tell you what is as funny and as ridiculous as that scenario was. Tell me this shot ain't badass.
That's well. Have you
Tell
ever
me
seen
that
my
shot
old?
ain't.
Have you ever seen my old YouTube video at Action Track when the GoPro flies off?
What is it? Just sitting on the track while the cars are racing?
Yes, go for cam, 100%.
Gosh, you know what I
Let me see
want?
if I can find you a link.
You know what I always wanted to do? Like, and I know Randy would never let me, is like dig a little hole the size of the GoPro and just like embed it into the track.
You can 100% just like stick the top. Like, I'll show you. Ron, it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask permission.
True.
Hold on, let me find this video. I think
That's
this one that's
great.
on YouTube is a little bit longer. There's an edited version on my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Why did this video?
I'll have another. I have another clip to show you when you're ready.
Give me 2 seconds to find this clip, because Action Track reposted it because it was pretty cool. All right, hold on. I will watch. I'm gonna. What am I doing here? There we go. All right, you can go with your clip. I'm gonna just
Okay. Check.
flip it over to you.
I've been messing around with. Pick one. There's plenty of them this week. Pick one. Here's a really cool clip that I've been trying to work on a little bit. So I think I need to move the drone over a little bit, but basically I get the drone going before the car makes it there,
Yeah.
and I kind of do something like this. But again, even the stage ones are way too fast for my drone. So like I'm full bore.
Yeah,
That's me
cool.
going as
That
fast as it'll go. It's still pretty cool. It's something different.
How close have you come to bonking Jude in the head?
Never. You know what? I should hover it right in front of his face next week. Here's a pretty cool clip of Connor Mirabelli starting pole on his
Can
feet.
you aim the camera separately from the
Yeah.
drone?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cool shot, like just
You're like-
straight down on Jude in the finish line at the end of a race.
Isn't that sick? Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. What else did I get? I don't even know. I didn't even look at half of the
Those
stuff. I
front bumpers on the Hypers are ridiculous.
like how far they stick out.
Yes.
Let's look at them again.
They're just I don't like if you're in a micro. or a
God
sprint
damn!
car,
Look at how big they are.
And now, if you're in a micro and a sprint car and you need a battle bar like that, you're doing something wrong. 'Cause
Like,
those bumpers aren't any
yeah, but
stronger than
then-
single loops.
But then right behind Connor is Tittle in his RTS.
Yep, that's what I got. I won't run something bigger than just a single loop like
I'll tell
that.
you
I don't
what.
really see a need.
Tittle's fast. That's his brand new car too. He was just trying to figure it out. But yeah, that was a pretty cool little clip there too. I
Yeah.
only got a handful of stuff. I only got a handful of clips. I've been trying to work on this like side type thing.
I sent you that.
Does that look cool? That looks cool. You
the
send it
link
to me?
my video, yeah, on Facebook.
Okay.
I sent it to someone.
Maybe it was me. Maybe it wasn't. We'll never know. Yeah, I like that view. That one you sent me was badass. Yes. I know, right? I hear you, Tom. I see your message, brother. All right. Why is my scanner thing going? No, I don't want to print anything because your printer broken. Your printer broken. Let me see this thing. Yes, I know the scanner's not connected because it's broken.
Well, you're pulling that up. Did you see the tire fly out of the park at Indy today?
I did not. I didn't watch not one bit
There
of it.
was, oh man, Indy race it was all right. It was green for a
So-
while. There was some action going on, and then toward the end there were 3 red flags in a row. And Kyle Kirkwood somebody was spinning. I think it was Pato. Was it Pato? No, it wasn't Pato. It was who was it? I don't remember who it was, but Kyle Kirkwood hit him, and his left rear tire left the building. It flew over the grandstands and landed on a car.
Oh, I heard about that, and no one got hurt.
Pretty insane. Yeah, man. It did look like there were a ton of red shirts in the crowd, so I don't know if some carbon flew up in there. I couldn't tell if it was just a group of like 20 friends together, all in red, or if it was
They
20
were like,
EMTs
"See
working
ya."
on some people. So
Gotcha.
I see you got the video pulled
All
up.
right, so I
here.
got the video pull up. Can we just like take a second to appreciate the big ass 32 Bieber Motorsports? Like,
Yep.
you're already good, and you just want to put a bigger target on your back. You know what I mean? Like, also, for a second, I'm gonna talk about Brett Bieber. I had to pick the mic up here. He sent me his stat list, and I was looking at the stats for Shellhammers. He has 195 starts at Shellhammers. He has won 95 times. He's got a 48% win rate at Shellhammers.
That's awesome.
Are you kidding me? He's like, oh yeah, it was so, back in the day, it was like it was so much easier to win. Now everyone's really good. It's like, dude, you win. Like, he's already has like a win at Shellhammers. Doesn't he have a win at Shellhammers? Like 2 at Linda's already, and he's back to back at Kutztown already.
Yeah, he just won at Kutztown.
He started 12th. The freak, dude. Anyway, I remember that 88
I'm trying
car.
to think. I'm trying to think how many races I have at Shellhammers because
That's a lot.
I won.
All right, so
I want to say 2 of my first 3 races at Shellhammers, man. I was good at that place.
What year is this video from?
Yes. I don't know. You'd have to
Okay,
scroll
but-
down and look at it. 2018?
Let me see.
19? 18?
6 years ago. That's what it says.
17?
Okay. So this is when Action Track was chef's kiss.
Hey, got all my YouTube analytics up there. The hell?
What?
What? Never mind. Just play the video.
You mean my the Tube Buddy? Have you ever used Tube Buddy?
No.
Oh yeah, dude, it shows like I can look at all your tags you used. I can see if your best practices were used. I can see all your views on your channel, your subscribers, how many videos you have. Total views, everything. It's great.
I'm not doing so hot. Looks
Vid-
like I got
and
a
then,
lot of
and
red
then you have
X's there.
and then you have vidIQ, which will give you a score on if like it's kind of meeting what the algorithm has and stuff like that, and like things to change and add to it, and your
That's
retention
crazy.
retention rate and your tags and your topics. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you ever want to do YouTube, find a niche that you love to do, and then find someone that's doing it really well and just copy their shit.
Huh.
It's a good way to get started, because then if you're consistent, you can start showing up in their recommendeds. So you watch a video from X person, and on the right hand side there's recommended videos. If you're if you can get your videos in the algorithm, you can show up on recommended, so then that pours in a lot more people.
The more you know.
The more you know. So anyway, there's Bieber. Track looks great. Really racy.
Yes.
Nice and smooth. There's Dylan Hoke. I forget who the 88 was. Holy shit. There's Kyle. There he is.
88's Kyle Smith.
Oh my
So you
god.
can skip forward here. The GoPro's in the blender for a while.
Jesus. You guys weren't going that fast.
It's pretty funny with how long this stayed on the car. But you can definitely
Oh my
skip
gosh,
forward
what a
to it.
sick. What a good spot it landed.
Like right under the flagger. So if you were to just take this and stick the camera in the mud up against the wall, the chances of hitting it aren't 0. And what's funny is I think when I come around here, when we finally take the green, I'm the one that almost runs the camera over.
Yeah, it's not 0, but it's not like not 0. But like if
But-
it's tilted, say you like flipped it up to 90, that would be
Yeah.
an absolute banger of a shot.
I just got the super hard Dutch angle shot going on right here.
Yeah, it's super
So we're getting-
super artsy and stuff,
I want to say this is a makeup feature too, because we're racing.
during
This is
the
like
day.
a full field in the day.
It has to be.
So here we go. We're getting, and the track's still pretty wet. Here we come back to green here.
Oh, dude, I gotta do this now, man. What are you doing to me, man? Ah! Next week, I'm I'm putting my GoPro in the on the track. Dude, look at how cool it looks. Can you imagine doing this with the 600s? Oh, baby.
Did you see the picture of the 600 that hit the wall and like shot sparks everywhere and somehow saved it at Action Track last week?
No,
Let me-
I
let me
don't
grab
see
the
I don't
picture.
see any info or any content.
Action
from-
Track.
from
Action Track has been badass the last couple of weeks. I'm gonna send you
Yeah?
a picture. I'm gonna send you the link to the video that somebody posted today of it.
That's super cool.
And then I think at the end of this video, the guy picks up my camera and like looks into it.
Whoa. Who the? Hold on.
Gerber.
Excuse me. Let's take a look. Where's my? I don't know where my mouse is. It's gone. There it is.
I don't know how he saved that. They went flag to flag at Action Track in the micros.
Dude. Woo! How'd you get that?
Dude,
That's a good
that's
picture,
so
man.
sick.
Again,
That's what we were
having
really
a camera that has a
calling it in
really
there.
fast shutter speed and you can go, you know, take a tons of pictures really quickly. That is
Dude,
where that
that's
comes into
insane.
handy, man.
And then I should have just shared you the link to the video I saw somebody post today.
Oh, there's a video of it too?
Yeah, it's in Messenger too.
Whoa! Look at that! Sheesh! Boom!
I don't know how you saved that. I've watched this video 10 times trying to figure out.
Wow,
what
it looks like he
I don't know what he
blew
did.
up.
I'm thinking the way he hit the wall, he had to have drug like a titanium brake rotor on it or some piece of titanium to
Because
shoot
look, he
sparks
just like he
that.
just like is like, oh shit, and then sets the car and just keeps hammering, man. See, I want to get this 2-lane racing at Hamlin. I don't know if it's just too banked or like the way it's set up or something. Because like,
No. Action Track is banked so much more than
oh, is it really?
Hamlin is right now. Yeah. I
Is
would
that
think
just
so.
like, is it? Are you able to just like, or is it like everyone understands that's how you race? So like, if you're racing the bottom, you're not gonna go from the out like
most part,
you know, you're
yeah.
not gonna go from like, say you're running, you're not gonna go from the wall and then dive it down to the bottom like.
They will, but with more common sense than most people. I mean, it's you got to
Gotcha.
think we're getting 60 cars at Action Track. We got a C main every week. Like by the
That's
time
so
it's
sick.
time for the A main, which is what's running here,
Also surface.
it's just like it's
Hi,
the best
Stacy.
of the best that are making for it. Yeah. Yeah, Hamlin's a little bit looser packed. It kind of gets dusty and everything like that.
Mhm.
The Action Track is super damp. And I mean, I hate to say it as well, but I keep going back to it. Everybody complains about how bumpy Action Track gets. The bumps make for better 2-lane racing. Like, it forces people to run around the bumps. When you have bumps, it makes people make mistakes. It makes for better side-by-side
Oh my
racing.
gosh! It
Action
think.
Track,
Hold on, we're doubling
bumps
up
make for
here.
better 2-lane racing.
Get out of here. What do I do here? Play it again. This is what I do when I'm in the infield. I just like film some stuff and then I'm like, ooh yeah. I'm getting better with it. It's like the opening of a movie. I need to try some new stuff too.
Have you hovered and had the cars like split the GoPro under a pace lap yet? Or
Dude.
not the GoPro, the drone. We did that
I-
indoor. I don't remember if it was a drone. I think somebody did it with a drone. We've done it with the production team where we split the person, which is pretty sick.
If I stood in the middle of the track, they would definitely, split up and go. If I put the drone there, they would run into that shit. I know for a fact. I know that they're paying attention. There's no way they'd be able to see it. There's no shot. Unless I had some big blaring color on it or something. Or be like, hey guys, we're going to split going
Who's
down
on
the front street.
receiver? Who's on the receiver? Is it
Amy.
what's her name? Is it?
Amy Rhodes. Yeah.
Let's say if it was like, oh man, another reason for you to
Anytime-
have a radio. Because if you had a radio,
anytime
you
she's
just
not,
called to them.
if I had a radio, I'd be like, sup. Oh, dude, don't give me a radio, dude. Don't
I mean,
give
just
me a
to talk to
radio.
the tower and like to call to the tower and
Oh,
be like, hey, putting the drone here.
I'm like,
have the
hey,
driver
give me
split
a
it.
give me a radio to talk to the drivers. That would be a bad idea. I'd be like, sup, guys, sup.
Jesus.
Like, you guys looking good out there. That'd be a freaking menace, dude. It'd be so fun.
It's Ron from Rip the Lip. You copy?
You copy? We got you in the booth. It's nice in the... This is like the clip I got right before the drone died. I was trying to get Griffin.
Allison, yes. Stacy.
Yeah, see, look, it stops and it's like, oh shit. Ah! Oh my gosh, man. It's just not my. I can't believe that happened, man. This is like, so like the last few weeks I've been just doing this side, like gliding with these guys, but I think this one is a longer one because I'm trying to just float around with them a little bit. Because Randy cut that wire that goes across from the flag stand to the infield, so now I can just follow them. So like that shot right there is super cool, in my opinion, because like we're getting the 600s, we're getting the fans, nice and easy. Like that's not as fast as I can go. I'm just kind of just keeping up to them. But I definitely have to get a nice shot of Jude one time, I think. Stacey said, if you go to Shelby McLaughlin Racing on YouTube, I have Shelby's GoPro footage from Action Track this week. Really good view of what it's like to drive there. We gotta I gotta get some brainstorming going and try to figure out some more creative angles for this.
Sending you the link if you want to pull it up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll watch it for a second. I think we're gonna be done here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's already, the time's flying, man.
Time's flying, man. I mean, we could.
It's already been over an
We
hour.
didn't talk about anything. We just
ranted
did.
about North Wilkesboro for like 20 minutes.
We just, we watched some clips. We just.
Man, I just want to make a feature this year.
You can do it, man.
I feel like
You
I've
can
taken.
do it.
I'm having a lot of fun running all the different cars and everything like that. It's a great opportunity and it's a lot of fun. But man, I've been working my ass off and just keep coming up short.
Excuse me. All right, what do we got? All right, Shelby McLaughlin, number 7, 600 micro sprint. Oh my gosh, is it that dark there, or is that
No.
just the camera?
The camera, it looks like it has a polarizing filter on it, but I don't think it does. It is not that dark there.
It might be maybe the settings. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh look, they got the flames and stuff. So sick.
Yeah. Why is the video so dark?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Stacy, I think you guys got some settings you need to check.
Yeah, we need to fix it. We need to fix the settings. Who's in front of her? Oh, Colin White's in front of her.
Mike said fast forward to the end.
Mike McLaughlin, fast forward to the end. How far into the end, Mike? Oh, look at, yeah, she's ripping that top, man. Yeah, see, like, she's ripping the top, and that person, I don't know who it was, but you see how that car that's down low does not slide all the way up to the wall. He understands that he's running the bottom, and that's his
I can't tell
spot.
if that was Joey K or not. Yeah, no, that's pretty much how it is. And you know, some of my problem is I've had really bad pill draws and end up in the back of heat races and stuff. And I end up racing with the guys that I don't necessarily trust that aren't going to come up and wipe me out. So, and especially sometimes being in the C main, I can't tell if that's Joey K on the inside.
I don't know. I think she
There's a couple cars
checked
that
out
look
from
like
where
that
he was,
now.
but just
yeah,
that awareness. Nothing against the people that drive at Hamlin. They're just not you. If you just race Hamlin, you don't race anywhere else like this place. Like I understand not understanding this type of racing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I see like Nolf and like some other people slide each other a couple of times. You know what I mean? Like 2 or 3 times, because they're aware of how that driving is meant to be handled. You know what I mean? Whereas some people might not, if they're not used to this kind of driving, if that makes any sense. Because some people will just come off the bottom, slide all the way up to the wall,
Yeah, that was a little dicey.
all the way back down to the bottom, and that's kind of like the normal line at Hamlin. You know what I mean? There's not very much of sliders and stuff like that, so it's understandable that you're not used to it, or like you're just, you know, the kind of cookie cutter inside outside.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I'm excited. Last year I felt like Action Track was really around the bottom, and
yeah,
I
look at how
thought
dark
that
it is now. How can you even see? There's
It
no
is not that dark.
there's
That's
no
insane.
lights. There's no lights in the pits,
I
man.
mean, it's dark in the pits. There may be no lights in the pits.
there might not be anything in the pits.
Is there lights in the pit? I don't remember. I know there's lights in the. Oh, there are some lights in the pits.
I mean, I can't remember, but
That's insane.
that's
I don't know why their GoPro is so dark.
We'll have to help you, because like here's the GoPro footage I got of Griffin on Saturday.
Yeah.
If you can see this. Now, granted, this is not during the nighttime, but this is, you know, we fast forward to the night race, and that is how bright it is. I think Hamlin has a bit more lighting, more lights than Action Track, maybe.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think Action Track's better lit. I think their camera settings are just off. Hamlin has weird lighting because it turns everything green.
You're right. It has a green hue to it. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the old style bulbs. They're not.
Yeah.
Or something like that, maybe. But yeah, like
I don't know.
this is how it should look. Like, not. I'm not saying this is. You can do it however you want, but we'll have to get together and figure out those camera settings. I don't think they have a GoPro either. I think they have one of those cheaper knockoff ones. So
I don't know.
that also might be the issue. Maybe not the camera settings, but the camera lens itself.
Yeah.
Those cheaper cameras, because the reason they're cheaper is they have
Worse sensors.
they have smaller sensors. I think it's smaller sensors, so it doesn't let in as much light, so it looks darker. Whereas GoPros have bigger sensors, and like just like a normal camera, with if you have a lower f-stop, you can let more light into the camera, so it, you know, helps with that stuff. It's all the frog water.
Said it's a GoPro.
It's GoPro Hero 8. Well, we got
that dark.
next time you're at Hamlin, we will try to fix that, because it should not be that. Like, this is what it should look like at Action Track. At least this good. Like, I'm not
That's
saying this is perfect,
crazy.
but this is bright and it's clear. Is it Hero 8 black? Ooh, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. All right, man. We'll get you straightened out, bro. If not, I'll just throw my GoPro on your car.
I would say I'd go look at my GoPro footage, but I haven't made a feature yet, so I don't have any.
You haven't earned the right yet.
Yeah. I can't even help you out.
Oh man. Man, oh man. Okay, so this was really fun. I really like these kind of episodes because we're just like talking about racing, like get to watch some funny videos of me landing the drone on
Crashing
the track, you know, that kind of fun stuff. Appreciate everybody for watching. If you have any suggestions or ideas of drone footage you'd like to see, let me know, because that would be super helpful, because I'm all the ideas I had, I kind of used up in the first week, and just like they look nice. I just don't know, like, I don't know. I feel like it's boring using the same stuff over and over. And that's the challenge of going to the same exact track every single week, I guess. So this week coming up, I won't be doing any infield videos. I'll be focusing on interviews. So anybody that wants an interview, let me know. We'll get her done.
I want one. Swing by
Okay.
Action Track.
Nope. Come to Hamlin. Bring Traska.
I would, but I would, but Wall Stadium is opening this week. We're going racing.
Let's go.
We're going racing on Saturday,
we-
Ron. That's another reason I'm even more upset that I won't have the Speedster, because it wouldn't just be a normal triple header; it would be a quadruple header this week.
Yes, sir.
I'm mad, man.
How
I'm
low?
mad.
How low does the TQ sit? Pretty low.
So I changed my setup. My ride height right now for outdoor, I'm starting at 2 to 2.5 inches. It's 2 inch. This is too technical for you. It's 2 inch with 2 inches of rake and 2 inches of lean, or 2 inches ride height starting with a 1/4 inch of rake and a 1/4 inch of lean. So I lift the rear up a 1/4 inch, and then I lift the right side up a 1/4 inch, and that's my starting ride heights.
Gotcha.
My indoor ride height, my lowest ride height is the left front at 7/8 of an inch.
Where is this? Sorry, I get distracted very easily. I'm a child. I'm a child.
I took one look. That's funny. I took one look at Wilkesboro, and I texted Tarasca a picture, and I said, "Dude,
We need to be
call
here."
them, we need to race." It's like a little over like 2/3 of a mile. We'd probably be doing about 150 miles an hour down the straightaway, which is a death wish on how rough that pavement is. Ripped up there, but it would be
Dude, it's
badass.
old as dirt. What do you mean? Of course it's
it
rough.
is that. Oh, good lord!
All I'm
1981
saying is,
was
like,
the last
it-
pave.
If the ride height isn't too low, could you put Hoosiers on there and take a couple laps on the dirt with it? Is it possible?
Uh,
I'm not saying you would want to. I'm just asking if it's possible.
I don't.
Let's say Snydersville's flat, and it's smooth, super smooth.
Mm,
First gear.
my car.
First gear.
My car probably not, because so micros run 10-inch wheels. I have 13-inch wheels.
Let's go.
So I would have to put midget tires on,
Yes.
and the sidewall on dirt tires are way bigger, so it would probably rub on too much stuff. I don't think the
Oh.
tires would physically fit on the car,
Damn it.
but
Throw
I
your-
also
throw
think
your,
it would be awful to drive.
Probably. I just think it'd be cool to look at.
It would be absurd.
Yes, sir. Hey, I might be going to Big Diamond on Friday. Are you busy Friday? You want to come to Big Diamond?
That's a hike for me.
Oh, then never mind. Stay home.
Hold on, let me see how far Diamond is.
If it's over 2 hours, don't even think about it.
I've accidentally driven past Big Diamond once. Very, very lost. It is 2 hours on the dot and $10 in tolls.
Ooh. I'm going there to film for Dougie. Like, that's my
Gotcha.
my only mission is to film for Doug. It's gonna be nice that I don't have to film the feature. That's like the one thing. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't hate it. I
Why
enjoyed.
is Doug not going to make the feature?
No. Just like at Hamlin, I get like during the day I get to like walk around and do I can do interviews, I could do infield shots, I could do all this stuff, and then when the features come, I'm stuck on the tower filming the features.
Yeah.
So like when somebody I like or like is friends with wins, or like they win for their first time, I can't even go congratulate them. You know what I mean? Some crazy stuff happens. I can't be down there to film all the wild craziness. I can't like do victory lane interviews. That's one thing I really want to do. Who picked up your GoPro? Oh, the track official. I'm still watching the video.
I forget what his name is, but yeah, he picked it up and looked at it.
How did he know it was there?
If you listen to the audio of it, Mike Feltenberger was head flagger, and he points down at it with the flags and yells, "There's a GoPro!"
Look, he's staring at it.
And
That's funny.
it's a very, very cool video.
But yeah,
So
hopefully I can
had-
find somebody to help me film features. I know I've been talking to Mirabelli a little bit, so hopefully something like that can happen. I mean, that would be ideal so that I can still get the footage and provide footage for all the teams of the features. I think it's a big deal. That's the reason why I started doing it, and I don't want to stop doing it. But I'd love to get Victory Lane interviews. I think that'd be so cool.
Yes, it
Just
would.
like I keep trying to add stuff onto my plate that I just can't handle. Like Saturday, I was so flustered. Got there at 5, started doing video stuff for Griffin. I put a GoPro on his car. I had him push it out to like this open area so I could fly around it with the drone. and then filmed the 2 makeup features. And then I was running down to the infield. I was filming, trying to get at least 1 lap of each car, doing the drone stuff. Then the drone almost got ran over. And then up on the tower filming all the features. And then I was able to get an interview with Ryan Rochelle. It's like, I think I might be biting off a little too much. Maybe just a little bit. Anyway, it was fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah.
I think next
I'm
week
ready
we're
for
gonna
that.
have either Tyler Pete or Lydia Navarro. Not sure which. Tyler's, full on racing season, so I understand it's tough to have the time to come talk. You know what I mean? Because they're busy. Which is like amazing that you find the time every week to come talk with us,
I know,
talk
right?
together. Like, you are dedicated. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Ron.
I'm telling you, man, this year, Atlantic City, I'm planning it out, coming down, and we're going to have a fucking party or something. We're going to do something. I mean, I'll probably fall asleep at like 9 or 10 o'clock, dad life, but, we'll figure something out. I'll wake up at midnight just in time for you guys to go
Sounds
out.
like a plan. Yeah, right.
Yep. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody. Like, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We're gonna have another episode next week at 8 o'clock. This week coming up at Hamlin. I'm not sure if there's any special races. I'm sure there is. Let me check real quick. But I appreciate everybody for sticking with us. Again, thanks to MCM Contracting for sponsoring the Shop Automotive Detailing, Smith Fabrication, Stage 1 Modified, Protect Roofing, DH Graphics, Nate Freed Racing, Bodie Marks Racing, Old Forge Power Equipment, and Route 6 Power Equipment. Appreciate all you guys for just helping out, because it helps a lot. So what's next week? 6-3? Regular show. But 6-10 is going to be the Slingshot Super Nationals. It is going to be $50 entry fee, $300 to win. That's a little rough, but it is what it is. I know a few people I've talked to are planning on coming down, so that's cool. And then hopefully for the Firecracker, I can get some sponsors on board to kind of bump that pay a little bit, or maybe do something cool during intermission. It says 50 laps, pit stop challenge, and Junior Slingshot Firecracker 25. Pit stop challenge. I'll run down. I got a wide angle now. I'll run down there and just start filming people.
There you go.
All right, man. Well,